Ralph Davella back. So in between lessons, we're going to start doing some other things, some things on featuring trumpets. And today I have a special guest. We're going to start featuring people, which I think is important. And his name is Nick Messina. Nick is a New Orleans musician, and he's played on riverboats and theaters. And he owned a music store in Slidell, Louisiana for 37 years. And he has a collection through the years of trumpets that are pretty amazing. So today I'm going to introduce you to Nick, and we're going to get started talking about a few different things. Talk about some trumpets. Talk about some of the places he played. Talk about the business. Let's get started. I hope you like this episode, and I want to do more episodes like this because besides just working out of the book and doing lessons, I think it's important to talk to people who've been there and done that. And this man's certainly been there and done that. All right, so Nick here has a 58? Yeah. Martin Committee. Martin Committees in the 20s, didn't he, or 30s or something?
I'm
not sure.
Not sure about all that. I know a lot of people that keep up with them. I know some folks around here that are really big in all the history of all the trumpets.
I think some of the trumpets that through the years were copied from that Martin Committee trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it comes out. I think it will. I think it looks pretty clear. Here's an old Bach case from the 30s. Probably one of the original cases they ever made.
I believe it. Around 27.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe 28.
And this is the Bach trumpet that was in there. So here we're in Nick Messina's workshop. Nick does his repairs these days. Of course, you can't do them at the shop anymore that he had for 37 years. He used to get all kinds of trumpets in there. Sometimes people would leave their trumpets, and he ended up with all kinds of different trumpets. So a couple of things I want to show you today I think could be very interesting. I'm going to show you a couple of these trumpets, and I'm going to show you this here case. This case is kind of interesting. All right, so let me show you this case first. So Nick, where do you think this case came from?
There was a fella who used to be like an itinerant salesman for one of the companies around New Orleans, music companies, and he sold me this. I forgot what I paid for this. It's been so long ago. It's well over 30 years, but it looks like a Bach sample case to me, because you can see it says Bach, and I've never seen another one because down here,
I never
man's land, we don't get to see a whole lot of stuff. And then
I see, this is what was inside.
Yeah, nothing's changed. That's exactly how I bought it from him.
Wow.
So I thought it was something nice to have.
Oh yeah, well, it even says Bach in there. Bach means quality, so he was a Bach representative, I guess.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, he worked for, I forget which company he worked for, but he was a bassist. Yeah. And at one time, he was one of Al Hurt's brothers-in-law. He was married to a sister. Yeah. So a couple. He has a lot of trumpets, but we'll just show you a couple more today. Which one do you want to show first? Well, this is just my old dependable. I bought new either in 74 or 75.
And it was a Schilke?
A Schilke B3L. I don't know if you could see that. And bell tuned, but there was a fellow I was at school with, and he had one. So I said, I'm playing all these old trumpets. Let me get one. I was, just my second year in college in the band. So I said, well, I'll get what he got. It's nice. So when I started playing at the Fairmont Hotel years later, I would do this number a lot. And sometimes, you don't keep all this grease. And it's a beryllium bronze bell, so it was really thin. So over time, this flattened out so bad, it actually cracked.
Oh.
So I said, well, I'd kind of like to try a bigger bell anyway up in here. And I did, and got this one. This is a large bell. And I had this, you're talking late 70s, had this put on.
So this takes the place, this is the tuning slide on this trumpet.
Right. Yeah, you can, you can go from here.
You can go from there.
It's got the reverse lead pipe, just keep it closed.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a physicist. So
right.
I'm not sure how much good all this does.
Right.
But that's just the way it was.
Right.
It was just a horn that I played that I said, yeah, well, I like it, and so I got it, and I always came back to this. It's really light.
And it's a nice light horn.
Yeah, it's really light.
Now, what hotel did you play that in?
It was the Fairmont in New Orleans.
Yeah. What was it, like a dinner room?
Yeah, it had some good shows.
It did?
Yeah. We got Tony Bennett and Ella Fitzgerald.
Okay.
A lot of good books and stuff back then. I was young then.
Yeah.
1976. 77.
And did you play that trumpet on the boat also, or no? Is that a different trumpet?
Yeah. I always come back to it for some reason.
Now, what was the name of the boat in New Orleans you played on?
It was the Creole Queen.
The Creole Queen.
Yeah, that ended with the virus.
Oh, unfortunately.
Yeah, we lost everything. I did all the gigs I had. Trip.
And that's how it is. Even if you're one of the great musicians, like Nick is down here, that's the way it is. All right, so this is the 1956 Mount Vernon Stradivarius right here.
I played on the boat for a while, and I would have kept playing because it has a really nice dark sound.
Oh, yeah, that's good for that kind of work.
But it's just this valve was hanging up. So I may try to lap it lightly to see if that'll help. And I never did, really.
Yeah.
You know, I really don't see any big problems. I don't know what the salt water could have possibly done to it, but the other two were fine. All
right, so one last story. When he's talking about the salt water, explain to everybody what happened during Katrina and how this trumpet ends up in the water.
You know, it had gone underwater with Hurricane Katrina, and it probably stayed for weeks. So, and that's why it looks. Otherwise, there's not a ding in it, not a dent.
No.
A ding. I don't know if there were many scratches or what. You could see some of the original lacquer color, and here it's all black and discolored, and also it undermined the lacquer.
So I guess we can add this to one of the Katrina stories. So this trumpet is part of history from Hurricane Katrina.
15,000 serial number, which I looked it up. It said 1956.
Okay, serial number 15,000.
So it said 1956 in my book.
All right. So what's the last horn you're going to show us today?
Okay.
Here we go. Here's a 1931. Let's see what it says on here.
Can you see that? It says F-A-C-I-E-B-A-T. Feisbach? I don't know how you would pronounce that. Anno 1931.
And it says Stradivarius on there, or does it
Stradivarius
says it?
Stradivarius up here, and then Vincent Bach Corporation, New York, USA.
And it doesn't say Mount Vernon, though.
No, this is...
Yeah, maybe this is before Mount Vernon, actually. Yeah.
I don't know all the history, but I'm assuming that.
Right.
Here it just says Vincent Bach, USA, number...
Has serial numbers on there?
1180. All
right, so I want to thank you.
Thank you.
For being my special guest.
Thank you for being my chop teacher.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
My old age chops need help.
I appreciate that. So I hope you like this episode, and I want to do more episodes like this because besides just working out of the book and doing lessons, I think it's important to talk to the people who've been there and done that. And this man certainly been there and done that. So thank you, and we'll see you on the next episode.